morning Year 3 and welcome to today's maths video. Today's maths video is for Thursday the 4th of February and we are going to be looking at changing between pounds and pence. First of all though, I am going to go through Fluent and 5. Now I'd like you to pause the video if you haven't already had a go at the Fluent and 5 and have a go. Now A is asking you to find half of 48. Now, half just means splitting your number, sharing your number into two groups and focusing on one of those groups. So I'm going to draw my two groups. And then I'm going to look at one of them once I have shared my number into my two groups equally. Now, I've got, rather than doing 48 lines, I'm going to split this into 4 tens and 8 ones. So I'm going to share my 4 tens first. 1 10 for you. 1 10 for you. I've shared 2 tens so far, another 10 for you, and another 10 for you. So I have now shared my 4 tens, leaving 2 tens in each group. Now I need to share my 8 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've shared 8 ones in total and 4 tens in total. So that tells me that one of the groups out of 2 is 24. So I know that half of 48 is 24. Now you may have been able to divide 48 by 2 in your head, and that's brilliant if you did. If you couldn't, have a go at doing it this way. Now we're going to look at B. B asks for 158 divided by 2. Now that is the same as finding half of 158 because you're just dividing it into two groups. Now I'm going to use partitioning for this because it's another method. Now you could use this method, you could make two groups and you could share it into your two groups. I'm just using partitioning because it's showing you another way of doing it. So we've got 100, we've got 50, and we've got 8. So I have partitioned my 3-digit number into my hundreds, tens and ones. I'm now going to divide each by 2. So half of 8 is 4, half of 50 is 25, and half of 100 is 50. I now just need to add these together. So 50 add 25, if I add those two together I get 75, and 75 add 4 gives me 79. So I know that 158 divided by 2 is 79. Looking at C, I've got 656 add 48. So I lay it out in column addition, lining my ones up and my tens up. Then 6 ones add 8 ones is 14. So 14 is made up of 4 ones and 1 10. So my 1 10 comes into my ones column. 5 add 4 is 9, add 1 more is 10. So 10 tens is 100. So I regroup my 100 into my hundreds column. And then 6 add 1 is 7. So you get 704. Lastly, I've got 500. Add 500. Now you can do this one mentally, or you may like to do column addition. But I know that 5 add 5 is 10, that 50 add 50 is 100, so I know 500 add 500 is 1000. I can use my known facts to find that one out. So well done if you got those right. Let's have a look at the slides today for learning to change pounds into pence. So this activity asks you to look carefully at the coins and the notes that you've been given and write it in the two ways. Write it as pounds and write it as pence. So if we were to look at this one, we've got a £5 note, a £1 coin and a 50p. So how would we write that if we were writing in pounds and pence? Well, I've got £5, £6.50, so I've got £6.50. Now if I know that there are 100 pence in every pound, then I know that I've got 500, then another 100 in my £1, 600 and a 50p. I've got 650. So you need to convert, once you've found your pounds, you need to convert it into pence. As always, have a go if you haven't already. So I'm going to have a look at this one. I've got a £2 coin, a £1 coin and a 2p. Now this may look a little bit like a 1p, but the size of it tells me it's a 2 pence coin because it's nice and big. So I've got £1, £2, £3 and 2 pence. So that would be written as £3 and 2 pence. Got to be really careful not to write it like that because that would be 20 pence. And it's not 20 pence, it's 2 pence. Now if I convert it, I know I've got 100, 200, 300 pennies in my £3, 302. So 302. Then if I look at this one, I've got a £10 and a 10p. So that I have £10. Oh, I thought that might happen. And 10 pence. £10 and 10 pence. Now if I'm to write that, I've got 100 pence in every pound. So that means I've got 1,000 pence in just my £10. But then I've also got a 10p. So I've got 1,010 pence. Then we're going to look at question 2. So this time I have to write the pence in pounds. So with the example 1, there were 20 pence. So that is not over 100. That's not £1. It's just £0 and 20 pence. But now I've got 543. Now I know that in my 500 pence, I can call that £5. And then I've got 43p remaining. If I look at 350, that I know my 300 here is £3, because 300 pence would be £3, and then I've got 50p. So £3.50. Then here, 17p. Now that's not over 100, so we don't have any whole pounds, but we have got 17 pence. I've got a 100 there, so I've got £1 and 20 pence. Sorry about my handwriting, it's quite difficult to write onto here. Then we've got 106 pence, so that is £1 and 6p. Now don't write it as 60, because that would be 60p. You've got to be really careful to know that that is just 6 pence. And that would be written here, because remember the next column up shows us the 10p's. Then here I've got 83p, so I've got no whole pounds, but I have got 83 pence. And here 2 pence would be written as no whole pounds, no 10p's, just a 2 pence. Now this time we've been given it as pounds, and we've got to convert it into pence. So here I had £4 and 80 pence, £4.80. Now I know that each pound coin is 100 pence, so I've got 400 pence in just the pound, and then an extra 80p. So £6.95 would be 695 pence. No pounds and 44 would just be 44 pence. £8 would be 800 pence, because there's 100 pennies in each pound. £3.51 would be 351. £1.05 would be 105. 69p here, because there's no whole pound, so it's just 69p. And then £7 would be 700 pence. So well done if you got those right. So then we have a look at this one. It says to change between pounds and pence. How much money is in each purse? So I wonder if I can zoom in for you here. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to look at this one. So in this one we have some pound coins and we've got some pennies. So how much money have we got? Well, we have got... Is it going to let me write on it? No, it's not. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole pounds. And I've got 50, a 5p and a 2p. So 50, 5, 55, 56, 57. So I've got 57 pence. I've got 5 whole pounds. So I've got £5.57 pence. So £5.57. I'll show you the answers page in a minute. Then we've got this one. I've got here a 2p, a 5p, a 1p, a £2 coin and a £5 note. So how many pences have I got? I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 pence. How many pound? I've got 5, 6, 7. So I've got £7. So I've got £7 and 8p. Now this is when you've got to be careful. It's 7 and 0, 8. Because it's not 80 pence, it's 8. So 7.08. Again, I'll show you the answers in a second. Now we've got some part whole models. So in here, I've got a section for my whole pound and a section for my pence. And here I've got the combined total of both. So I've got £10 here and a £1 to make 11. And I've got that here too, £10 and 1. But I've also got some pence. If I look, I've got a 20p coin and a 5p coin. So that tells me that my missing amount is 25p. So I'd write 25p. Then if I look at the next one, here I've got a £10 note, a £5 note, two £2 coins and a £1 coin. So I've got 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've got 20 whole pounds. And then I've got a 10p, a 20p and a 5p. So that's 20, 35 and 35. So in total I've got £25 and 35 pence, but I'd write my £20 and 35 pence. I'd write my £20 up here and my 35 pence here. This time I haven't been given the pictures, I've just been given amounts. I've got a 6p piece and £13. So if I put those together, I've got £13 and 6p, which would be written as 13.06. These are the challenge questions for the PowerPoint today. If you'd like an extra challenge or some further work, I am going to be going through the answer to this on a separate video because it is over my 15-minute limit. So if you would like to know how to answer these questions or the answers, then please look out for the video today labelled challenge questions. See you soon.